Welcome to a world of might and magic, where the only limit is your imagination. Come along with us and find out what happens when you just roll with it. And, let's start that recap.
My first note doesn't make any sense at all.
Does it
What's your
ever?
first note?
Exit the Premises by Kevin MacLeod's a banger. Okay, we went back to the... Okay, we found the executioner and he used a scroll to get the fuck out of there. And we couldn't counterspell. And somehow a lot of guards appear in the room. Invisible or teleported, that's the question. After we dealt with them, we ran to the streets where I did a distraction that everyone thought was a little too much. And we hid in the little drawboy house. I think someone gave him gold, I gave him a diamond and a potion. And now we are going to try to enter the city. And I look like generic farmer number 3, blonde and human.
You forgot the very valid point that 3 members of our party are now wanted.
Yeah. I have a 5 gold bounty, Spoon has 8 and Cassius has 15.
Somehow, yes.
Because I was the most moral choice of the party.
By killing civilians instead of guards.
I thought there were only guards.
It's not like their tokens were clearly labeled NPC or anything. But everyone gains their inspiration for the round. Most of you, I don't think, have used it, so.
Those letters can't affect me because I can't read.
What do you mean you can't read? You use reading for your magic. Alright, so we find our way near the main thoroughfare, and we were brainstorming potential ways to get us out of the slums and into the city. The potential options we came up were going through the main gate using fake information since we don't have the real information, finding a way into the sewers and traversing them, or trying the river gate to the south.
I think I'm going to try the river gate from the south, disguised as someone else.
Alright. And we do not need to stay together if anyone wants to check out other situations.
I'm trying to figure out what would be.
But,
I
there
feel
is the
like
old
I could probably.
adage.
I could probably stealth through the main gate. Probably.
Yeah,
I don't know about the rest of y'all.
do you guys want to meet in the middle or go out together?
I feel like Paige shouldn't be left alone, so I'd want to go with you.
You know, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm going to look super offended.
Well, Cassius is gonna try the main gate route.
So I can make sense of this. Let's get our tokens on the menu here.
Over. Just for the record, I can't have 2 concentration spells, right?
That is correct. You put up a second one, the first one fails, and the second one begins.
Shit.
Which is why it's kind of a pain in the ass that both of Krell's third level spells are both concentration. That's why I continue constantly upcasting to 3rd level.
Wow, shite. Krell would feel most... Everyone who enters the gate has to show up some ID.
some form of ID and likely needs to have a reason for entering the city.
I don't have an
busy
idea.
How busy is the gate?
Since it is presumably daytime right now, more carts are going in and some people on foot as well. But it seems like everyone that comes to the gate is being stopped and checked.
I still think my option to let everyone become invisible and then resting for an hour to let the rest pass is the better.
Wait, can you turn us all invisible?
Yes, but only one. I think only one at a time. Let's read. Yes.
Yeah, one creature at a time.
Anything the
question,
target. Wait a moment. Anything the target is wearing or carrying. Can
Oh,
someone
you
carry
can-
me and Krell and just use 2 spell slots?
I do not have the strength for that.
Neither does Krell. Krell has -1.
No,
But,
no, no.
if you were to cast it at 3rd level, you do get a second creature. So you could turn 2 of us invisible.
Yeah, that is true.
And
could
considering
do that.
Myra is wearing noisy armor.
Yeah, but I could carry someone probably.
I mean, me and Krell are like, what, 1 meter? Or 3 foot, I think.
Krell is 4'2".
Okay, 1 and 26. Okay, I think both humans can carry us.
Both humans? There's one human in the party and he's not here.
Oh yeah, you guys are half-elves, right?
Elf and half-elf.
Elf and half-elf, sorry, I forgot.
Quit being racist, Paige.
Hey, if it's taller than 1 meter, everyone's the same.
Okay,
Says the guy
Cassius is
who's
going to.
currently a human. What do you say, Cassius?
Cassius is going to cast Disguise Self on himself and turn him to make him appear to be. Let's go half orc. And then he's also immediately going to cast Passive Out of Trace on himself.
Aren't those both concentration?
Nope. Disguise Self is non-concentration, Passive Out of Trace is.
Alright. Lasts for an hour.
Oh yeah, if someone touches you, you have to make a check.
No, they have to make a check against you.
Yeah. Outer Self doesn't have that.
Yeah, because you're actually magically altering your being. Whereas Disguise Self is just throwing up an illusion of being different.
Okay, I could use invisibility to do what we told.
Very difference between transmutation and illusion magic.
But if I use invisibility, I have to let go of Outer Self.
Okay, so Cassius is gonna wait until the guards are distracted, kind of like inspecting one of the carts. Then, once their attention is like drawn away, he's gonna try to like sneak around the edges and get in without being seen.
Here, let me set up the gate so you can get a good idea what it actually looks like.
I have think it's going to be hilarious. This is the gate.
This is the gate.
Advanced guard.
Oh, so there are guards further in as well.
Approaching the gates of the city, each side of the huge iron reinforced wooden gate is a 10 meter tall, 3 meter square wide pillar of solid obsidian. Protecting walls are 8 meters tall, 2 meters wide, and made of granite, and stretch all the way around the vast majority of the city, with several other such gates at regular intervals. A handful of guards are present at the gate, all dressed in much more impressive armor and equipment than the guards from the slums.
And I'm assuming all of these guards are they all facing our direction, or are like some of them facing the other way as well?
This guard here in the center is facing outwardly towards the approaching people. The one leaning up against this pillar is facing diagonally towards us. These two are both leaning against the pillar and building respectively. This guard over here is facing away from the gate, while this one is facing towards this man's back. Any other dangers beyond that, or beyond our ability to recon at this moment?
Nope.
Sorry, can I make this
Yeah.
Yes.
just to get easier? This one. And this one? These two?
This one here is kind of like this way. This one's kind of like this way.
Yep. I used to know how to program cones of vision, but I cannot for the life of me figure it out anymore.
Okay, so change of plans. Cassius is gonna wait till the advanced guard are kind of like busy inspecting a cart. They kind of like sneak up along the corner or along the side of it, then sneak into the cart just as they're finishing their inspection.
Alright. And you've got your pass without a trace going, so make that
I
stealth
do.
check.
Oh boy, okay. Here goes nothing.
Damn. 35. So yeah, you're able to stealthily sneak up along the wall and... For shits and giggles, let's see what these guards can roll against that. Perception is a wisdom check. Two guards can potentially see you at the moment. I was rolling those as saving throws, but same bonus nonetheless. So yeah, neither of those two guards here in the front have noticed your existence yet as you approach the corner.
And like I said, the second they start ushering a cart through, I am either hopping in the cart or hopping underneath it, depending on what type of cart it is.
Oh. I'm over here looking for tokens in the wrong fucking menu.
What'd you say?
Over here looking for a cart in the wrong type of menu. That worked.
Ah.
Kind of looks like a tank from the sides.
It's very much a wooden cart.
Yeah.
No, I think he's talking about the rack.
Oh.
Yep. So the second they start sending that thing through, I'm going to stealth underneath it.
Alright. So the guard comes over to the cart, begins doing his checks. Well, this one is barking out orders, holding his spear in his hand. He's requesting this person's travel papers. And he moves forward.
Can I try to hear if they are talking common or undercommon?
Perception.
Perception. Here. Shit.
There's too much rabble going on from the people assembled, and can't quite make it out from where you are. Also, for reference for Cassius, the man closest to you appears to be a Loxodon male, and the other one appears to be a dwarf, the one on the far side of the cart.
Okay.
What is a Loxodon?
It is an elephant person.
Oh.
Krell's just gonna kind of sit down against the wall and just let her perception go. Hear what she can hear. Alright.
She probably would have advantage since hearing is the only thing she can do.
Her passive wisdom is actually higher than what I rolled.
Oh.
But she's not exactly looking for information. She's more trying to ascertain where people are and what movements they're making.
Nearly all my spells from second level are concentration. This is bullshit.
I feel your pain.
5 of my
Oh,
10 spells are concentration.
All of the good cleric spells are concentration for the most part.
Can I look on this wall and see if there are any holes that I can see the other side?
You ever tried to punch a hole in granite 3 feet thick? 2 feet thick? Or 2 meters
I want to
wide,
see if
sorry. I can't
there is
measure.
a hole.
Yeah, there's no way there's gonna be a hole straight through a 2 meter thick wall made of granite.
Hey, who knows? I could look at the other side. I could cast Misty Step, although I don't have it
Yeah, you
prepared
have to be
right
able
now.
to see the destination.
I mean, I don't have it prepared right now, so.
I mean, if you could find a way to get you 8 meters in the air.
Spoon was here, he could toss me up.
You're saying that with an equally capable fighter standing right next to you.
8
I-
meters?
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
And you know the dumb thing? Spoon's the one that had the spider staff.
Oh no.
If Spoon were here, he could just walk up the wall and lower a rope, but he's not.
You know what? Fuck it. I think I will just go cast invisibility and just walk past the gates. Like,
You know, fair play. Fair play.
I just cast invisibility and walk through the gates, but I have to go let go of outer self. I use it again while inside.
So you change back into your halfling form and cast invisibility upon yourself. And you begin moving towards the gate. And you get to roll stealth now. With your, you still have plus 10 from Cassius's Pass Without Trace.
And I think and because you're invisible, I think it's with advantage, isn't it?
Unless you're within range that a creature could reasonably hear you. And you're passing right next to a man known for his
Fair.
ears.
Well, but I have +10, right?
Yes.
Hey!
30 most definitely passes as you channel your inner halfling and sneak very, very stealthily through the gate, getting to about here for the moment. Alright, what's Myra up to at this point?
Okay, I have sort of an idea. So I'm assuming there's like a line of carts and
Yeah.
like waiting to be checked. Okay. I'm going to approach one and try and use my rustic hospitality to convince someone to let me kind of join with them. Or yeah.
You don't have a bounty, so you probably can just enter like a normal citizen.
But she likely doesn't have the papers to get in.
Yeah, I don't know what's needed to get in, so I'm gonna try and buddy up with one of the carts waiting in line.
Yep, and she hasn't officially shown herself to be a danger to civilians, so they have no reason to fear her.
Yeah,
And will shield her from the law or anyone else searching for you.
yeah.
Alright.
And before I do that, I'll just kind of ask Krell if she wants to come with me or if she's okay to sneak in.
Krell should actually be fine.
Okay.
But, how are you going to convince these people to let you group with them and get in?
I'm going to say I'm here to do some good and I want to help them out. You know, if I can run an errand for them in exchange for them letting me join to get through the gate, that would be great.
Persuasion with advantage.
Sorry, what am I rolling?
Persuasion with advantage.
Persuasion. Okay.
Ooh, definitely needed that advantage.
17. Yeah, I'm not very charming.
The couple that you approached appear to be a somewhat elderly couple of farmers. And they're hauling in a bunch of hay and other animal goods that you can easily hide in, and they're going to offer you a spot on their cart.
Perfect.
Now you just got to hope that their cover story holds up.
Yeah.
Alright, Cassius is back up again. What are you up to?
As soon as that cart moves, I am going to very quickly rush past this guard, kind of like right here, and then they just get in under the cart as quickly as humanly possible.
Well, elfishly possible, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the Loxodon eventually finishes his inspection of the car, talking with the caravaneer on it, and he'll start headed back this way, and he'll start headed back this way. So the Loxodon is now facing towards Paige, and the dwarf is currently facing away, so now would probably be the best time to try and pull this off.
Okay, so I'm guessing roll another stealth check.
Yep.
26.
God damn. So yeah, you make it easily past the Loxodon's waiting ears and manage to
Just kind of like
roll,
chilling
tuck
here.
and roll yourself under the cart, grabbing onto its axles for bracing. And I'm gonna need an athletics check as the cart begins to roll forward.
Oh no. Athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics.
Damn it.
You were using the sheer.
8.
Do you have inspiration still?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's use that.
Ooh.
Nope.
Damn. So yeah, you're only
Dice are
managed to hold yourself braced against the bottom for just a few moments before your legs begin to give out and they start dragging across the ground.
Okay, giving up on this, I'm tuck and rolling immediately and jumping him up the side and into the back of the cart.
Surprisingly, the Loxodon doesn't detect you as you're dragging your feet across the ground.
Can I walk just with the cart so I don't make any type of noise?
Yeah. Are you still attempting to do your flip maneuver, or are you just gonna let yourself drag and hopefully not get spotted?
Oh yeah, I am flipping the hell up into the back of this cart because this is gonna be real bad otherwise.
Alright, acrobatics at disadvantage.
Oh, but at least I'm better at it.
Ooh.
It's better than the 8 and 1.
Alright, you'll be subjected to perception checks for that. Garbage.
Oh.
The guard here in the back, who is an orc, begins to approach the cart.
Oh, let me get out of the way.
What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Sorry. Sorry.
Okay, inspiration.
Ooh.
Oh, I still have the pass without a trace, right?
Yep.
Right. Oh, thank God. So it's 15.
Alright, so your movements remain undetected as you step away from one guard's notice. And as you turn around to continue moving back, you slam directly into the Loxodon.
Oh, I stepped to the side.
And he notices you immediately.
Oh no.
Okay, but he can't see me.
Hey, you're the sacrificial lamb now. Have fun.
And he gets to make an intelligence check, I believe. Investigation, intelligence, yes. And I'm guessing that an 18 beats your spell save.
Wait, is illusion with the DC?
To discern that you are disguised, the creature can use its action to inspect your appearance and must succeed on an intelligence check against your spell save DC.
Oh boy.
Oh wait, that's disguise self I'm reading.
Oh, okay, no, it's invisibility that I'm using.
Yeah, they'll know something's there as soon as they smack into it.
Yeah. And then he uses his investigation check to study a little bit closer. So he is very well aware that something invisible is right in front of him, and he's gonna... God, this music's fucking loud. Draw up his spear, and he's going to stab at you at disadvantage.
Prestidigitation right here to make a falling noise of something.
Where are you putting it? Because I was looking at my other screen.
Right behind him.
Well, he's still gotta make those 2 stabs at disadvantage. I forgot to switch him to disadvantage.
Oh.
I'm completely
Okay,
ignoring
8
the
doesn't
first
hit.
roll.
8 doesn't hit.
But a 14, I believe, will hit a page. Ooh. So page gets...
If I use if I use shield, do I cast my invisibility off?
I do not believe shield is a concentration.
So can I use shield?
You can, but he will know with absolute certainty where you are, and initiative will begin for you.
Oh yeah, so no, I just taking the pen.
But the now large blood splatter floating in midair will also identify you as existing.
Okay, fuck it, use the shield.
Alright, so you throw up your shield and the spear bounces off of it, and you are still very much. Oh, wow. The Loxodon calls out, "Boys, we've got a sneaky one here. Can't quite see him, but he's trying to break in."
Ooh.
Alright, is anyone else attempting to intervene in Paige's little fuck up?
Nope. Nope.
Not mine, little fuck up, Cassius fuck up.
I'm not the one who ran directly into a guard.
Okay, can they try to sneak past through, like through here, so they won't find me anymore?
You can certainly try. It will require a stealth check.
You don't give me that. You can certainly try.
You still have the +10, so that's good.
Well, 1, 2, 3.
Hold on, you have to get past both of their perceptions.
Well, this one I
So
do.
now one. Alright, so you make it past both the perceptions, so you're not taking any attacks of opportunity at the moment.
Okay. Wait a moment. 1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can move. 4, 5. Okay, through here. And I'm not going to attack since. Oh, okay. I'm going to do a prestidigitation to make a loud noise in this direction.
Alright.
Like if someone fall down on the ground or something.
Did you hear that? It was coming from over there. He's gonna make his way over here and stab blindly into the darkness. Well, not necessarily darkness, but he's literally stabbing at nothing.
Okay, this is funny to look at.
Guards stabbing at nothing. For you, Orc is gonna instruct the driver of the cart to move forward to get out of the way. Luckily for Paige, cart's only at 20 feet of movement. This guy's gonna come over here and attempt to assist the dwarf. This person appears to be a hobgoblin female. And he joins, or she joins her dwarf companion in stabbing at the wind. As this guard, the Loxodon, is going to approach the orc and continue stabbing at wind, just trying to find a mark at you. And clearly you're not there.
Okay, is the carriage enough for me to jump inside it without me alerting anyone?
You're currently standing directly next to a horse that is drawing that carriage.
Yeah, but like I could just walk around.
Yeah.
Okay, can I do that stealthily?
You can try.
Don't give me that, you can certainly try.
I
Monster.
swear,
14.
I swear if Paige gets me caught. I swear.
All I'm doing is sitting on the hay or on there or anything. Oh,
These guards are blind as fuck.
tree.
Good.
And another loud noise further away in that direction.
These guards have +2 to their wisdom. They can't seem to roll any higher than a 12. Alright, so you make your way stealthily to the back of the cart and clamber your way up in to find Cassius also hiding in the back of the cart. And what's Myra doing while this is happening?
Trying not to sneeze in the hay she's buried in.
Alright. So yeah, you're still back beyond the bottom edge of the map.
Yeah.
And for the moment, Krell has just kind of vanished from sight. She's using this distraction in any way possible. This is why you read your random shit you get from your startup. Oh, itchy eye. Alright. He's gotta be here somewhere. Keep stabbing. He's just nat 20's the air.
Oh, that air is dead.
Feel bad for any bug that's in that radius.
The orc is gonna fall back and just kind of keep the peace, as it were. And he's gonna drop out of combat for the moment. The hobgoblin is going to continue making stabs at midair. And the Loxodon is just going to take his spear and just spin it around him in a big circle, just trying to hit anything and everything at like his knee level.
That's discriminatory against halflings.
Well, considering Loxodons on average as an adult are 8 feet tall, his knee high is still like mid-body for most people. Shit would decapitate you. Alright.
Well, I'm sitting on the cart,
The
trying to
cart's
remain silent.
contents continue to move forward. I cannot click on that NPC for some ungodly reason. Get out of your NPC. Are you doing anything with your turn, or are you just letting be what is happening?
Let it be. Wait a moment. Before I say that let it be, let me see the reach of the spell. Okay, this one is impossible. This one too. Okay, so yeah, forget it.
Alright, boys, pack it in. Must have been the wind. And the guards begin to return to their duty. As the cart containing Myra rolls up. And the guards once begin coming up and doing their inspections. Travel papers, please. And the male farmer hands in the mercantile papers. Ah, yes, you must be in town for the big market. What does they call it these days? Thulmar, help me out here. What do they call it? I wrote it down and now I can't find it. That's why I'm stalling. Wow. The farmer's market. Why did that slip my brain? It had a very specific name. And I'm like, in quotations mark, like a farmer's market. Your papers seem to be in order. Now my acquaintance here will have to check your cards. Now let's hope a Myra hiding in some hay can beat a dwarf's good vision. The farmer will pipe up. There's nothing to worry about. Everything should be in order. We come here every week. Same old, same old. And you get to make your stealth check with advantage.
Nice. Okay.
Sadly,
does
no
my-
plus 10. No plus 10, sadly. You're too far away.
You're too far away from
Okay.
Cassius.
Does my armor cancel that out though?
You're not currently moving.
Okay. Okay.
Oof.
I don't know what. Okay. Cool. 2 9s. Can I use my inspiration to do that
Yep.
again? Okay.
Replaces 1 year on d20 rolls.
Okay.
Alright, a 15 is much better. As the guard begins to rifle through the various bits of produce and bales of hay, and he just almost lifts up the bale that you're hiding under, just gives it a good nudge with his spear. Everything seems to be in order here. Very
Just
well,
gonna
you
keep
may
holding my
pass. Ooh, that's the cart. I want the guard. No, the whole cart, then the guard. Paige and Cassius's cart makes it in just fine. And Myra's is soon to follow. And you've successfully made it past the checkpoint.
Oof.
Let's go back to Nevermore map. I can get rid of these tokens.
Okay. No. I don't have the faintest idea what to do inside.
God damn, I gotta reload. We're just gonna mess up the music.
Well, we entered this
Oh,
town
good.
to basically go hunting, didn't we?
We'll to follow the executioner and find out about the priest, right?
Yep.
Yes. So where would you find either a priest or an executioner?
I would assume at the
Says the
temple district.
cleric. But we have no way of knowing the layout of this town just yet. So at the moment, you two are just still well, you three are hiding in your carts, and Krell is still out of sight at the moment.
I should probably jump out of the cart and just walk somewhere without a lot of people, since I'm invisible.
That is
Yes,
not a
I'm
bad
still
idea.
I'm still currently disguised as a half orc, so I'll do the same.
Alright. So you managed to roll out of the cart at an opportune moment where the driver isn't paying attention and slip off into a side alley. And what's Myra doing at the moment?
I'll get out from under my cover and yeah, just try and I guess I'll try and follow, thank the couple, maybe ask what part of town we're in right now.
Why, you're in Nevermore proper. This is the main area of the city where most of the residents live.
Okay.
We're headed down to the southern area of the city, down by the trade district, which is denoted by this brownish color.
Okay.
So you now know where trade district is.
Cool. I'll give them 5 gold and thank them and start walking normally kind of down the street.
Alright. And Paige and Cassius, as you're skulking in your alley, give me perception checks.
Oh, it's not supposed to be an advantage. Oh, no.
Yeah, I was say it still was the lower number anyway.
Yeah.
Alright. What's the range on your pass without trace?
I think 30. I think 30 feet. I think. Hang on, taking a look. Yes, 30 feet.
Alright. I had to know because it affected the outcome of that perception. Because Krell is within that 30 feet. You hear a small pebble hit the ground right next to you. And looking up at the building next to you, you see Krell just kind of hanging off the edge, dangling her feet. You guys are amateurs, you know that, right?
Can I drop concentration?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, drop concentration period. What the fuck do you mean by that?
All that effort just to get in. Did you guys really forgot we bought climbing tools before we came here?
Yes.
be fair-
Stunned silence says
to be-
everything.
To be fair, I do have a lot of climbing equipment, and I only thought about that after I was in the cart.
Also, I think climbing calls a lot of attention, doesn't it?
Well, if you don't know where to climb from. Krell had
Anyway.
actually squirreled away down the wall to over here, scaled the building, and then thrown her line over the wall.
I see. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my average farmer number 3 form.
I'm burning a lot of spell slots early in session here, but
Oh yeah, I can see it going very badly later.
Alright. So now that we're in Nevermore proper, which direction should we begin heading?
Well, first we gotta find the girl. What?
Mira, you mean?
Yeah, the mirror.
Do you have message?
I don't have message.
Do you have sending?
I don't have sending. I have the familiar.
That doesn't help us now, but
Well, it's not usual to see an owl, especially one resting on your shoulder. That rests in your shoulders in the middle of the underground.
Man,
I think she
only
would get
you
the
had a
message.
raven familiar.
Yeah, I think she would get the message, follow the owl.
I mean, if you want to risk it,
Okay, can I send the owl to go behind Mira?
You could send it to Scout for her. She started
Yeah,
wandering
Scout
as soon
for
as
her.
she got out the car.
Sorry, the
Yeah.
behind is mistranslation. To go after her. Stealthily. I don't want anyone to see the owl.
It's an owl. I don't think its priority is stealth. But,
I think it is. The owl is a predator. She has advantage on stealth. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but you're also in a location where an owl would be suspicious to be seen.
That
Yes.
is true.
But now that you're scouting through your owl's eyes above the city, you notice floating in the air above several points in the city, specifically 4 points, are giant purple crystals that are sending an ethereal beam from the floor of the cavern to the roof. And they seem to be the only thing supporting this entire cavern from collapsing in upon itself.
Oh wow.
Page, no.
Just as a very huge heads up with where you dispel magic.
I don't have the spell magic.
I do.
Well, we got. So now it's Cassius. No.
It'd be a very terrible way for a TPK to happen.
Do I need to roll perception to find mirror?
Yes.
And I also going to roll stealth.
Alright. After a minute or so, your owl locks onto Myra further down the road. Just more or less blending in with the crowd as best she can. But it's not hard to pick out an elf in the Underdark wearing heavy armor.
Well, I don't know what can I do to call her attention.
In a crowd, yelling probably wouldn't be effective, but you're a wizard. You got lots of utility. Figure something out.
But can I cast through my owl?
You can.
You can cast touch range spells through your owl.
Well, I don't have any touch spells.
Just
Can
have the
I
owl
just-
land on her. Just have
can
the
I
owl land
just-
on her or something.
Yeah, the problem is she's in the middle of a crowd. I think everyone would know this.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Can I just pick a pebble and drop on her head?
You could certainly try.
I mean, not a big one, just a small thing. Like, oh, what's this?
You still gotta roll the hit.
I have a really big head, though. It's a good target.
Okay, what does the owl roll? Dexterity?
Just a flat d20.
Just a flat d20?
So,
18.
so Myra's just walking down the road, minding her business, checking out some of the houses as she walks by, and all of a sudden a pebble just bounces off the top of her head.
Oh, fuck. What was that? Yeah, I'll probably look up and notice the owl. And put 2 and 2 together.
Alright. So you're now aware that at least Paige made it in.
And I was going to fly in her direction, rotate in the air, waiting for her to follow.
Okay, I'll start following.
Alright. So you make your way back through the crowd and eventually meet back up with the rest of the crew.
Kind of surprised we made it all in, but I'm grateful.
Krell eventually climbs down from her rooftop perch just to get everybody on the same elevation. She's a surprisingly nimble climber for a blind girl. Got that +6 to acrobatics.
And I'll tell everyone about the trade district being to the south of us? Southwest?
Yeah, it's almost directly south from where we are.
Okay, and that we're
Sort of a bit
in
further
Nevermore
now.
proper.
Alright.
Okay, we should probably go to. We. I think we should go to the temple to find the priest, unless he's a liar.
But we don't know where the temple would necessarily be.
True. Well, where's best place to hear about the city than the trade district? You
Yeah,
said
maybe we could also do a bit of shopping, maybe.
Point.
Yeah.
yeah. So you said you know where this since the farmers told you.
Yeah. Just follow the road south.
Yep. So there we go. Generic farmer number 3, unwanted elf and unwanted man. It's going to go perfectly.
Oh no, the wanted elf is still a half orc.
Oh, okay, half orc, so it's perfect, and no one will
Yeah.
notice us.
So only the people without bounties on their heads are in their original forms. As we begin to head down the road, you notice the complete absence of any street lights or hanging lanterns of any sort, as it seems those giant crystals I mentioned before are kind of enshrouding the whole area in dim light.
Oh yeah, can I also put the owl on my backpack?
Yep. You could also just dispel the owl if you want, but
Okay. Are you actually shoving an owl in a backpack?
No, there's no need. I can use the familiar spell to make her invisible and then just summon her later without casting the ritual again.
yeah, you just send her back to her pocket dimension.
Yep, and do that.
Alright. Anyone doing anything as we continue to head south?
Just gonna look around and see if I notice any difference in the housing, like if I can tell like if there's any changes in the district as we're going through.
Things. The buildings in this area appear to be more common housing, a little bit more upper class, but definitely an improvement from the slums by far. This appears to be where most of the Commonwealth citizens live.
Okay.
And as we round this corner, you see another section of the town that is got a much smaller wall. It's only about 2 meters high. And it is completely surrounding a very large in an imposing-looking manner. And this appears to be the town square that we're entering.
Is it guarded?
The manor?
Yeah.
There appears to be some semblance of guards out front.
Okay.
Is there anything written on the manor, like on the front, maybe?
Yes. Make me a perception check. A lot of perception and stealth going around this session.
True, and all of them low.
Well, Krell can't read, so she's got no chance of making this check.
Is it written in a language I would understand?
It is in common.
Yes.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have had Paige roll, because he knows like 2 languages.
I know 3. You forgot to put goblin when you remade my.
Did I? But, yeah, you can... Oh, yeah, your roll there just didn't ping. But, across the archway that goes in this opening here, you see House of Grim, and Grim is spelled with 2 M's.
Oh, that's a grim look. But
Paige head
That's
slap,
all.
or Krell head slaps Paige again.
how? Like, way taller than her. Does she jump?
Don't worry about how Krell does things, just know that she does. Krell has Mage Hand, for fuck's sake.
Ah,
Alright, anyone else doing anything here as we pass through the courtyard? I'm gonna take that.
Do we notice any more wanted posters in this section of the city?
There are a couple posted by the arch here. Make me a perception check again. None of them appear to contain any of your faces. It seems you're not wanted in this part of town. Or at
That's
least,
good to know.
or at least
Oh, not-
news of you being wanted has not reached this part of town. I
and
should
not by
say.
the population.
I just noticed this one line right here that isn't complete, and now that's annoying me. It's right here, and it will now annoy you forever.
Well, unfortunately for you, I don't mind.
Is it like a busy town square? Is there quite a few people walking around?
Yeah, quite a few people are coming and going. Some are coming over this bridge from the trade district. Others are just going about daily errands, moving about. Seems to be a bit of a hustle and bustle.
Okay. Could I try and get the attention of someone to ask who lives in that big house?
Yeah, you flag down a random civilian, which just happens to be a lizard folk woman. Brown scales. Missing an eye, though. That catches your... Whoa. That was weird. Just kicked me entirely out of the... thing. So back to the choose your game menu. And you flag her down out of the crowd. how are you going about asking her?
Just gonna say, excuse me, this won't take very long, but I'm new to the city here, and I was just wondering, do you know who lives in that big house over there?
Yes, the Magister lives there. He oversees the town, as it were.
So they're like, the leader of this, or like the figure of person in power in this town?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, dearie. As she begins to move along about her day again.
Right, I'll pass that information along to everyone else.
Alright.
Okay, we need definitely to get away from here.
Yep.
Yeah, let's
Quickly.
just keep on moving.
Alright. We head down.
Since we're going this direction, when we arrive here, can't we see that there's temples here, or they just look like the same?
Give me a moment to describe things.
Okay, sorry.
I was literally flipping to that page. As we make our way over the bridge, we find ourselves sandwiched between two hot spots of city life. The trade district that we were previously instructed about via the farmers and then by Myra. And we learned that weekly sales happen to be going on in this market, which happen on the equivalent of every Friday, which would be tomorrow. Weekly markets and fairs are the main way in which people would buy and sell goods. Farmers and craftsmen from all over the Underdark and some from the surface take their goods into the city to sell at the markets. Many of the other shopkeepers in the city close down their own shops on market days and sell from the streets themselves, usually with lesser goods. So you want to make sure you don't go to the big stores on market days, because you're probably not going to find what you're looking for.
Or you want to go to the big stores, only you actually go to the actual big stores.
Yeah.
For the back door.
You got what I meant. He's thinking like a rogue up here. Villagers from the outside of the city make their way to the markets and fairs to buy goods that they could not normally get locally. And to the opposite side is the... I'm on the wrong page, aren't I? Oh, no. Scroll up the top. Appears to be a conglomeration of many temples and holy places. It is the holy center of Nevermore, housing the temple to the more popular gods of the region. Other smaller temples exist in other parts of the city, but the four that stand before you are the main practiced religions in this part of the world.
Do I find anything special in the market just like by looking around?
There are the larger stores in the... Where the fuck is my mouse? In this topmost section here. It seems to be all your big name stores, where you can get your various items. And this section here appears to be mostly market stalls and things of that nature, where you can just wander around and find the little things on market days, or even some of the smaller things like fresh fish and other trinkets and such during the rest of the week.
Okay,
And,
but nothing that would interest the page.
Anything like magic items or anything?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask.
Not in that particular area of the district. You may have to look into the larger shops to find anything of that nature. But,
Well,
does anyone want to make
first
any
off,
rolls to figure out what gods these temples belong to?
Yeah, I want to know.
Sure.
It seems kind of important if we're chasing down a priest.
Priest. Yeah. What role would that be?
Well, I'm going to describe the 4 temples, and then you can tell me which one you want to roll for first. Because one
Okay.
of you will have advantage on one of these rolls. The first one is a temple made out of solid stone, emblazoned with excellent craftsmanship and the skill of dwarven stonemasons. It is rather small structure in comparison to the other nearby temples, and the priests and clergy are dressed in red leather armor and matching caps. The symbol that you could see upon it is a jeweled dagger pointed down. Does anyone want to make a roll for that one?
Sure.
Anyone else? Or just
Religion?
them? I repeat my question.
Sure,
Well,
I'll give a shot.
Alright. Carl doesn't know shit about religion. I don't have a character sheet up at the moment for some reason.
And what roll was that we're making? Religion?
Religion. And Cassius will have advantage on that roll.
Okay. Weirdly enough, I'm not a very religious-y cleric. That works.
Bullshit. This appears to, by the symbol and the dress, you recognize this as a temple of Abathor, who is a neutral evil god who belongs to the portfolio of greed and the domain of trickery. So do with that information what you will.
I will share with the group.
had to be the cleric to know about religion.
Weirdly
Drop
enough, I'm
bunch
not a
of
very
different
good.
cards on ya.
Weirdly enough, I am not a very religious-y cleric.
Yeah, I wonder which god you worship. I'm really, really curious.
Not this one. I'll just put that out there.
The second temple appears outwardly to be an archive or a vast library of knowledge. It is a massive wooden structure, very out of place amongst the other nearby temples that are usually made of stone. And its symbol appears to be a blank scroll.
Oh.
Page on these rolls.
Paige is not a very religious person.
Ignore that second one for it to turn the advantage off. Just go for lower of the two.
Alright. But, from you guys' general knowledge, this, well, ironically enough, this appears to be a temple of Agma, a neutral god that reigns over the domain of knowledge. Those who worship Agma include artists, bards, cartographers, inventors, lore masters, sages, scholars, scribes, and wizards.
Oh, Paige is not a very trusting fellow of the gods.
But this does appear to also be a vast storehouse of knowledge, as such.
Wow, let's take 11 rogues, shall we? Okay, I'm definitely going to mark this down on my journal.
Alright, the third temple, which I apparently did not describe in my notes, is another temple. The third temple is a building of clay and brick masonry. very large and almost, I can't find the word I'm looking for, but it's more built on appearances than it is anything else. It also seems to have a large stable attached to it, but the noises of horses cannot be heard from within. Instead, it's more of a weird hissing. I forgot to
Hissing.
show that one off too. I'll have it right here.
Is this manner from a game?
Huh? This one from the game. Oh, Group Manor. Might have been. It's
I'm sure I saw this thing somewhere else.
I have no idea, but literally just pulled from Google, so.
Manner. Google. Okay, this one.
Let's see, you can just right click on the picture and fucking search Google for image. But the symbol on it appears to be a broken arrow.
Well, let's roll that religion. Let's me fail again. Oh look, a 17.
Religion.
God, I forgot to put in my pronunciation notes on this one. Page actually identifies this one the easiest. This is a temple of Ledgur. Hoping I pronounced that right. The Duergar did not differentiate between secular and religious authority, so the clergy of the Temple of Ledgur serve as the nominal rulers for Duergar society. They were known as the Thuldur, and they kept the race united and powerful against the other races of the Underdark, and were expected to serve in the military. They're also known for keeping monstrous riding spiders.
Oh, that's an unpleasant place.
The doctrine of the temple teaches obedience to one's leaders, empowerment through the exploitation of slaves, enrichment through the creation of magical weapons, and protection through an unforgiving military program. They are xenophobic, urging followers to avoid contact with other races save for limited trade and slave raids. They are a lawful evil god, and they oversee Duergar magic and crafts, and belong to the domains of Arcana and Death.
Sounds pleasant.
Very pleasant.
And there is one final temple. I forgot to describe this one too. This one is set more into a cliff and is appeared to be a masonry and wood structure. It is strangely more ornate than the others. And its symbol is a female drow hand wearing silvered rings. And Paige has advantage on this one.
Oh, I have advantage. Before I roll, is it Mistra?
No.
Ah.
Goddamn, Paige.
Oh, nice.
See, it makes sense that she wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, Cassius, come on, save us.
Oh
Nope.
no.
Fuck, I want to know this one. I don't have inspiration anymore.
Alright. You recognize this as a temple of Kieran Silly. I cannot read my own writing. The clergy consists of orderly regimented cells, but the faith lacks an overall organization. The revenancers, clerics, are mostly found in small drow communities or in special enclaves and act constantly in secret. Her clerics are agents of vengeance who plot against anyone who ever slighted the faith. They regularly organize slaying missions to acquire corpses for animation and are very active in persecuting slaves. Higher ranking priestesses are called Yathrinshi. Many clerics multi-class as necromancers. A few members of the church also join the Cult of the Dragon and become wearers of purple. Eventually, most become undead themselves. Clerics pray for their spells at midnight, the time of day in which spirits are most restless. And each individual cleric performs a handful of minor devotions to Kieran Slee each month. Her alignment is chaotic evil, and she reigns over undeath and vengeance.
God, there's a lot of evil aligned religions in this town.
I love this temple.
You would.
Yeah, it's on brand.
I feel like I forgot to mention something important, and now I'm struggling to find it.
I don't want the multi-class page, but if I ever do, it's going to be a cleric.
Because you need any more powers over undead. Alright, so where are we headed from here?
Do we want to check out the trade district first?
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, let's look at the big shop, see what we found.
Alright. The first shop we come to is a decently sized building, seemingly made of reclaimed driftwood. Despite that fact, it is a strangely cozy looking cottage style building that stands out amongst the other nearby buildings. And
Can we kind of tell what kind of stuff they sell here?
Just one second. The name posted outside of the building is the Stitch in Time. That's time spelled T-H-Y-M-E, as in the herb. Looking inside the front window, I immediately just lost my place. You find it to be selling both a tailor shop selling clothes made from natural, harm-free materials and an herbal apothecary.
I don't think I have a use for an apothecary.
Not at the moment.
No.
Alright.
I think me and Paige are both specifically trying to hunt for like a magic item shop of some kind.
scrolls, spells, anything.
Alright, so we'll reveal that. Oh, also my DM notes in that. Oh well. The next shop we come across is a very open concept building. The first scent alerted to you as you approach this building is your sense of smell, as the acrid smell of cold cut steel blended with the sweet smell of red hot iron just wafts into your noses. As with many harsh environments, there is a great beauty in a blacksmith shop. There's inherent grace in the act of blacksmithing and the beauty created when the metal moves. When heated, this rigid material softens and opens itself up to be moved. When it is cold, it becomes steel, frozen, unbreakable, and impenetrable. Yet it still portrays the energy and power that used to change it. Like in many other towns, you have finally found the blacksmith.
The most important shop of them all.
The blacksmith herself is a brass dragonborn woman hard at work. You can hear her hammer ring out as she pounds the iron into shape.
I'd want to have a look around at this one.
Alright. This just got awfully campy.
Tropical.
More like
It's called Del Rio Bravo. So,
more like interior of Prince.
see if the next one's any better. Yeah. Alright. So you, as Myra enters the building, the blacksmith is continuing to do her work. After a few minutes, she takes a long look at the blade and then quenches it in a barrel of water, wiping the sweat from her brow, leaving a black streak across her face. Hi, what can I do for you, lass?
Hi, I'm interested in what you have to offer here at your store.
Well, I've got plenty of cold steel to go around. Many a blade. A few sets of armor that I have ready made, but a woman of your figure will probably need something specially fitted.
All right. Do you have any, let's say, enhanced items?
How do you mean enhanced? Magical, I assume?
Yeah, do you offer that here?
For a nominal price, we could probably get it done, but I'd have to run some figures and consult acquaintances.
Okay. Think I'll be in town for a while, so that shouldn't be an issue.
Well, I look forward to seeing you again. Your name's Carolyn Ironheart, by the way.
Carolyn Ironheart?
Yep.
All right. Nice to meet you. I will be in touch.
Alright, and she'll head off back on her way. Oh, back to her business. Alright, you probably have a little more fun in the next shop we walk into, or at least Paige will. The next shop we approach is a bit of an older building, a little bit more run down, but some strange force seems to be holding the building itself together. Looking into the shop, you see glass jars full of herbs, larger jars full of more colorful herbs. Very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? My lexicon is failing me. Varied selection of different colored potions. As soon as you open the door, you are instantly bombarded by the various different smells of all the mixed herbs and potion making alchemical substances. Oh wow, I left my DM notes on every single one of these shops. The shopkeeper is an older balding man, and what hair he does have is standing wildly on end, seemingly defying gravity. His clothes are stained with various alchemical substances.
Oh, that's interesting. But I don't know if there's.
Anyone have any need for the shop, or are we just moving on?
Not at the moment, but we could always come back.
Yeah, I don't think I have to.
Alright. The next store is the most generic building you've probably ever seen, with a sign hanging out front that says the Oak and Sinew. And looking inside, it appears to be a general store.
Oh, general building, general store.
Yeah. It also appears to be a social hub where people come to gather about local news, politics, the gossip of the day. And it seems to be a bona fide one-stop shop for most of the community's groceries and general supply shopping. The man behind the counter is a gray-furred tabaxi, dressed in fine silken clothes denoting his status. And as he is finishing off dealing with the customer at the front of the line, his gray eyes gleam with little specks of orange as he smiles and waves them about their day.
Oak and Sino.
Alright, any use for this building at the moment?
None that I can think of.
We can always swing back.
Yeah, can I try and kind of pick up what conversations are going on between people inside?
Alright, roll perception.
Okay.
Most of what you're picking up is general town gossip. People excited for the market coming tomorrow. Someone commenting on how they found a slightly faster route home from work.
Okay.
Nothing too incredibly important.
Okay.
Also, this music is apt as fuck.
Shit. My dice tower fell straight into my dice pot. That was nice.
The only die I keep around my table is my lucky d6 for when I played a necromancer, ironically. This thing never rolled lower than a 4 on damage.
Oh, nice.
I just kind of play with it while I'm talking to keep my hands busy. Which is usually what I'm talking about when I say, oh shit, I just dropped something. But the last shop we come to appears to be a large Middle Eastern style tent. And that's all the information I'm giving about you for right this second until you decide to do something.
Can I try and look inside it?
Alright. As soon as your body begins to pass across the threshold, you discover that the tent itself is actually an extra-dimensional space. Much larger than it had seemed from the outside. We could actually go to a different map. Because I actually have a map for all the different shops. No, not that layer.
I just hope the owner doesn't realize that I'm under a spell.
Page into existence.
Fizzer with Widgets Wonders. What a name.
And this is what you see on the inside of this much larger than it appears tent. A man appears before you, standing in the center of the hall, and several rooms shoot off to the sides. It seems to be that you're in a completely different location than where you just were a moment ago. The air faintly smells of pipe smoke and other pleasantries of the what's the word I'm looking for? It's not coming to me. My lexicon is off today.
Excuse me, sir. Good afternoon. What kind of place is this?
Before you know, he is seemingly floated directly up to you.
Clothing?
Yes, it seems as if he floated, but he just kind of like gently moves towards you. Why, yes, this is Fizzlewidget's Wonders. The perfectly hospitable building, and why, you, young man, seem to be perfectly inhospitable yourself, if I might say.
Well, why do you say that, my friend?
Just something about you seems a little off. Can't quite place it.
I'm not wearing my daily clothes. Maybe that's that.
It could be possible. But tell me, what is it you come here seeking, young man?
Well, mainly I entered here looking to see what's the shop about. I'm currently in the market looking for anything magical.
Well, then you've come to the right place. For you see, this is in fact a magic shop.
Oh, no, that's interesting. Can you please me show your wares?
Well, we're not exactly a show and tell shop. You request things, and we do our best to track them down.
Oh, that's better.
Although some things remain beyond our grasp.
How much is the fee of searching for certain things?
Well, it depends item to item, but there are some items, my voice just cracked, some items that we do have on, on hold here at the shop. If you'd like to peruse any of those, we're in fact having a interesting markdown sale as we've recently come into a large collection of bags of holding.
Bags of holding? Well, yes, please show me those.
I'm assuming I probably would have also gone with Paige.
Yeah, we followed in behind him.
Make everybody exist.
Make everybody exist.
You don't exist until I say you exist. Alright, so everybody's here.
Well, how much time has passed since I casted my spell?
Hour and a half.
Oh, fuck. Okay, can I spend a 3rd level spell slot to cast Outer Self again?
You just gonna do that in this man's shop?
If I don't do it, I'm going to make myself a halfling again.
Oh.
Well, there's no real problem with that.
Oh, okay, then I just... Okay, I turned to a halfling then.
Now, were you looking for anything other than a special on bags of holding?
As a matter of fact, I was looking for a few items. Not one in particular, but anything that can increase my intelligence, my defense as a wizard, and spell scrolls from from 3rd level.
Quite a tall order. I believe we have some of those things on standby. Patrick, come here, boy. And a small, where's my NPC token? There he is. Small boy comes running out from this side room. Yes, Mr. Fizzawidget. Fetch our box of rings, would you? And he goes running off back into the back and comes back out with a small wooden box with an assortment of rings. And without even looking, Mr. Fizzerwidget reaches down and plucks one from them. Now I have here a ring of protection +1. That'll protect you from most attacks. At least make you harder to hit.
That's for sure. Oh, that looks interesting. How much is the price, my good fellow?
Just one moment.
Did Cassius see where this man brought these magic items from? Or what area of the shop they came from?
This first side room here.
I'm gonna try to stealth over that way.
He's gonna wander off to go look at things.
Yes,
Alright.
I'm sorry, necromancers are gonna necromancer, rogues are gonna rogue.
Alright. So you just kind of wander off. No real need for the stealth roll.
Okay, perfect.
Must I remind you, this is another plane of existence. It's not a good idea to cause
I'm just
trouble.
looking. I'm just looking around.
We'll see later if he finds out.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to make the stealth check, just to make sure he didn't see me come over. And FYI, Pass Without a Trace is still up at this point.
Alright. Alright, so you go into that room and begin to examine things. It appears to be a motley assortment of random blades and armor. All of them appear to be at least somewhat magical.
Anything smaller that you can like pocket. It's like an amulet, a ring, something tiny, essentially.
The selection of rings Mr. Fizzerwidget already has,
That's fair.
and you don't seem to see any other jewelry. There are some daggers that you could probably pocket, or at least try to.
Not really interested in the daggers all that much. Okay, if I don't see anything in this room, I'm gonna wander back out and kind of wander with, or wander on up to one of the other rooms. Let's go this one maybe.
Alright. That appears to be a study. There are various books lining the back wall. And a nice table here that is plentifully supplied with inks and writing parchment, likely for copying down spell scrolls.
No.
It seems they do a lot of their spell scroll creation in-house. But back to our boy Page's request. Yes, for this Ring of Protection +1, I can offer it to you for the measly price of 9,000 gold.
Wow.
Wow.
Welcome to a place where everything's getting up-priced.
9,000 gold!
That's a lot.
And considering most of you have about 500 gold on you, it seems we're going to have to find a way to make some money.
Well, I apologize, my friend, but you must have mistaken me for a nobleman.
Too rich for your blood, I understand.
Well, let's change the product. If I wanted to order a spell scroll of, let's say, Lemon's Tiny Hut, how much would that cost me?
Let me see. And he just kind of pulls a piece of paper out of seemingly nowhere. And I immediately just lost my place on the page. And Lemon's Tiny Hunt is a 3rd level spell, right?
Correct? A ritual?
I believe I do have one of those scrolls. They're actually on sale right now for 750 gold.
That's more affordable. Fortunately, I
On
don't
s-
think I have that.
That's a sale price.
Ooh. Mm, I am at a short of 100 gold. Oh, that's certainly easy. I will keep the shop in my mind since you do have apparently, apparently very interesting things available. But since I can't buy anything, say, do you have an interest in uh, a moment? Rate essence.
Wraith essence. Who knows what that could be used for? I think there may be spells that require that as a component. Sorry, what were you saying? I found myself distracted for a moment there. Page.
Rate essence. Is in an old arcane focus that I don't have much use anymore.
I'll have to do a little bit of research, so I'll get back to you on that, but I may be willing to purchase it from you.
Certainly. If I manage to get some money to buy my desired stuff, I will come back in a few days. Thank you very much.
While he's distracted with Paige, kind of like try to maybe pocket a random ring from the box that the poor unnamed NPC is holding.
Patrick.
Patrick, yes.
You could certainly try. I'll need a stealth and then a sleight of hand.
Okay, so the stealth still has the plus 10 on it, so that's 37.
God damn.
Then the sleight of hand, only 7.
Do that. And now it's gonna be a pain in my butt. There we go. You managed to reach your hand stealthily behind the young boy, reaching for the box tucked under his arm. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Most definitely would not recommend that, no matter what your charm may be.
Oh no, I was just trying to get a look at what's in the box. I didn't want to disturb you while you're wheeling and dealing.
Deception.
22?
Insight is wisdom, I believe.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, just short of 1.
Well, alright then. And he'll snatch the box back. We do have a few rings here, but if your friend is any measurement of your group's financial state, I doubt you'll be able to purchase any.
Well, we will certainly keep your shop in mind.
Do you mind if I cast something before I leave?
It depends. What is it?
Well, you see, I'm not exactly well looked around these parts. I tend to change my appearance to a human outside.
If you wish, but know that any trickery will be met with punishment.
Don't worry about it. So I'm going to cast Outer Self on myself as a 3rd level since I spent all my 2nd level slots.
Jesus. Have an upcast for a low level spell. Have a pleasant day, lots, and do come back again. As
Thank
we
you very much, friend.
head
See you
back
next-
out the door into the city, as it were. And that is where we will end today's session.